Yega, Bombomti, Chini Tanchu, Mungong.
I feel like once the government gets you to a certain age, they just say fuck it and they let you out there to live your life in the world. Unless you're involved in the justice system, as an old person, you're literally allowed to do the same things normal younger people do, but you're not functionally capable. You're not mentally capable. You're not capable. They are not capable of doing the same things that we do. They don't have the mental capacity to survive stuff like scams. They can't comprehend how someone from another country could be on the phone and could know so much information about me. No, they're right outside. I promise they're gonna get me. They're gonna get I get so upset. I get so upset because it's so okay to live in a world of denial when it comes to certain people. Certain people, the news, the media, everybody will put their face out there and say, oh, this is a victim. I'm not saying what happened to him wasn't wrong. But this happens on a regular basis. This is just as common as somebody at the gas station asking you for change. Or better yet, this is just the same as you getting out to pump your gas, and while your back is turned, someone sneaks to the other side, opens the door, and steals something. This is the type of shit we all gotta watch our back. We all get schemed and scammed. When you get to a certain point where the world is moving faster than you are and you're susceptible, either you need to take better precautions, and if you're old and can't, you should not be able to be in charge of your own life. I promise you, it's not as bad as it sounds. I'm not saying these people should be locked away, held captive, or anything like that. They should not have bank cards in their pockets. They should not have keys to cars. They should not be fully left alone from sun up to sundown with no one at all checking on them because they are loose. They are loose. No cars, no weapons. They should not have a weapon. This man, I'm gonna give you a little bit. He could have had one weapon in a lockbox. In a lockbox. I'll even give you his fingerprints. So his old ass ain't gotta remember the fucking code. Okay? Bullets should have been separate, but he would always know where it was. Pop pop. If anybody come in the house, pop pop, only in the house. You cannot take this out of the house. Pop pop. If somebody comes in the house, you walk like this over to the closet. You reach your hand right here, you get it, and then you take your finger, you put it on the button, and voila, it open. It open, it open. But pop pop, you not a police officer. You're not in the war no more, pop pop. Pop pop. If somebody breaking in, try to call the police, okay, pop pop? Okay, pop pop. See, that's the kind of conversation somebody should have had with pop pop. Pop pop thought, oh, they trying to scam me. Oh, I'm gonna get them. I'm not gonna let this happen. Pop Pop legit said somebody used their mouth and said, you are gonna have to give me $12,000. I think that's the amount. I don't know. And Pop Pop took those words and said he's going to get to the bottom of it with this old ass pistol. Did you see this? I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. And I'm disgusted at Pop Pop. I'm going to be honest with you. Now I'm going to read the story. All right, so we are here on apnews.com. We appreciate you, Ben Finley. We definitely wanted to know. This was updated 7:47 p.m. on April the 19th, 2024. I just want y'all to listen to this first sentence and pay attention to the fourth and fifth word, okay? Those two words are very important to my part of the story. Just to my point, it was a common scam that ended with an uncommon outcome, tragically in an Ohio driveway. I literally was flipping back to something else in the midst of reading this story. And there was a news report that was playing. And it literally said the man was scammed and all this kind of stuff. And it says the way to protect yourself as an older person, if you get a call like this about a family member being injured or needing some help, what you should do is hang up and call that family member. Literally, literally, literally. You should hang up and call that family member. And if it's a scam, call the police. That's literally what it... Come on now. You got to do this in 2024. You got to tell people this. When I was young, they said say no to drugs. They don't even tell you say no to drugs no more. I ain't heard a drug campaign. And that shit is rampant out there. That shit is rampant. But this is the type of stuff. This is the type of stuff. Some people, you just got to catch up. The world cannot slow down. You got to catch up. And if you can't catch up, again, you shouldn't be in charge. William J. Brock fatally shot an Uber driver because he wrongly assumed she was part of a scheme to extract $12,000 in supposed bond money for a relative, authorities said this week. Lolitha Hall was a victim of the same con, summoned by the grifters to Brock's house to retrieve a purported package for delivery. Brock later told investigators he believed Hall arrived to get the money the scammers wanted. He is now facing murder charges, to which he's pleaded not guilty. Hall's family is grieving, and Uber is helping investigators to try to catch whoever was behind the attempted swindle. As a schemer and a scammer, you can figure out how to do all of this shit across the world, but you can't figure out a real way to make money. I don't understand that either. The grift is commonly known as grandparent scam or fraud, exploiting older people's love for their family. Experts say callers claim to be anyone from grandchildren to police, telling victims something terrible happened and that their younger relative needs money. Here's what we know about the shooting and the investigation so far. What exactly happened? Brock, 81, received scam calls the morning of March 25 at his home in South Charleston, a town of about 1,800 people between Dayton and Columbus. The calls regarded an incarcerated relative and turned to threats and a demand for money. According to a statement from the Clark County Sheriff's Office, only an old person gonna stay on the phone. Everybody else would have hung the fuck up. When they started turning to threats and shit like that, and it ain't seeming right and stuff like that, everybody else would have hung up. Old man was like, oh no, I'm gonna save you. What do you need? But then you wasn't willing to save him. I'm just confused. If you was gonna do the scheme, if you was gonna give them the $12,000, give them $12,000. If you wasn't gonna give them the $12,000, hang up the phone. He could have easily got himself out of this situation. If you're gonna play along with the scheme, you're gonna be the old person, you're gonna be swindled and bamboozled. Where's the money? No, you played along with the scheme. You felt like it was a scheme, and then you come out with a weapon ready to fight off the people trying to scheme you. It seemed like to me I might be wrong. He might actually have his faculties all aligned. He might be fine. He might be fine. Let's get these charges, boo. Let's get this. I don't understand. Why do you think he pled not guilty? What part of the crime did he not do? While Brock was on the phone, Hall got a request through the Uber app to pick up a package from Brock's house for delivery, the sheriff's office said. Hall, 61, of Columbus, was unaware of the attempted scam. Yeah, she was just at work. Upon being contacted by Miss Hall, Mr. Brock produced a gun and held her at gunpoint, making demands for her identity of the subjects he had spoken with on the phone, the sheriff's office said. I'm going to tell you, allegedly, in my opinion, he seemed like he just is bad and conniving as the scammers, I'm going to be honest. Look how he's aggressively treating this lady, the same way these people aggressively treated him. Okay, no, but you know he a victim. He ain't do it. He not innocent. Hall was unarmed and never threatened Brock or made any demands of him, the sheriff's office said. Brock took Hall's cell phone. Doesn't that stop you from being able to call 911 for help? Okay. He menaced this lady. He did menacing acts. He made her truly fear and understand she was about to lose her life. I think they should be extra charges. I don't know what charges he got. I don't give a damn about age. I don't give a damn about age. I feel like at any age, you could be not fit to run your own life type stuff. You know, it's people of all ages. If you look at the school, what's Nicholas, the one that just went, he don't look like he should have been in charge of his own life. He don't look like he should have been outside without some supervision constantly. Yeah. So it's people of all ages, I feel like, should not be in charge, should not be in charge, should not be in charge. Shit is crazy. Brock took Hall's cell phone and refused to let her leave. Kidnapping? Okay. The sheriff's office said when she tried to get back into her car, Brock shot her. When she tried to get back into the car, Brock shot her. He shot her a second time and a third time during subsequent scuffles. So you shot her and you made her fight for her life. And then you shot her again. These old people who have no power, who feel like things are going out of control and they're losing it, who just are going to get things back in control. Why does he have a weapon? Why is he allowed? This man, I don't know. Is he in jail? Is he in jail? Is he in jail? I just gotta know. I gotta know. I don't give a damn if I see a mugshot. That doesn't tell me anything. I want to know when he went to jail. I really gotta know. Brock then called. I wonder, did he use the victim's cell phone? Because he still had it. Because he had taken it. Why? Because he was in charge of this situation. And now he was going to be the one that was going to tell everybody else what to do. And when you got the people and you didn't give them the money, because all they was doing was using their words again, trying to scheme and scam you out of your money. When you got them, what were you going to do then? That's the confusing part. Were you going to hold them at hostage and say, why did you say those words to me? Why did you try to make me give you my money? Okay. And then what was going to happen? You shot somebody because they used their words. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Maybe I'm the only dummy who actually learned that and believed that and live on that. I'll be trying to hold myself back from, Jesus, these people. I'll be like, it's just words, Lord. It's just words. All they said was some words. I can't fight anyway, so I got to talk myself down. But listen to this, though. Listen to the play on this, because I'm sure this is what he said. Brock then called 911 to report he shot someone on his property. On his property, who was trying to rob him. I'm not even going to say that. That was going to be rude and disrespectful, and it was about not him, the people he loved. Police camera body footage shows him briefly discussing what he said had happened. I'm sure glad to see you guys out here. You braggly. Yes. There's no excuse for not calling the police before it went this far. I'm sure glad to see you guys out here. Because I've been on this phone for a couple of hours. So he's been working hard for a couple of hours with this guy. Trying to say to me, I had a nephew in jail and had a wreck in Charleston and just kept hanging on and needing bond money. Brock said, and this woman was supposed to get it. Shit ain't sound right, do it? Sound real funny. They trying to tell you got a nephew in jail and that you had a car wreck that you know you ain't have. What does that sound like, you guys? A motherfucking scam. Everybody else in the world would have seen the signs, moved the fuck on with their day, would have said, okay, nephew, well, keep your ass in there. I'll see you on the next go round. With the wreck, hey, y'all got footage? Catch me when you can. I ain't did it. Everybody else would have moved on with their day. Nobody else, except for some old confused ass, wait a minute, is he really it? Start to doubt the real reality. No, either you know or you don't. And if you're easily confused, you shouldn't be in charge of your own life. Because the thing is when people are in charge of their own lives, they're actually in charge of your life as well. When you're on the highway with hundreds of cars going by, at any moment, somebody else could decide to fail in their own life and in yours. Accidentally, on purpose, by way of divine intervention. It could be a multitude of ways that someone else decides. Something someone else does. Make a mistake, fall asleep, get scammed, is worried, is crying while they driving, not paying attention on the phone, arguing, cussing, fuss, whatever it may be. They could do something that could drastically, change your life. End it most of the time, you know. The footage shows investigators discussing $12,000 sitting on a table in Brock's house. So Brock was about to give up this $12,000. I promise you, and I don't know if I kept it in because I cut out a lot of stuff that I had said already. I know this man probably had way more than enough money to give this $12,000 away and not even miss a beat. Not even miss a beat. He actually felt threatened enough, confused and convinced enough by a phone call that he went and counted out the money and had it on the table ready. Why? Why, Sway? If you felt threatened enough to get a weapon, why? Why did you even have the money out? I am so confused. I don't know how this man is pleading innocent. He should just admit to himself, somebody got him, and now he gonna have to pay the price. It happens. It happens. The footage also shows a Clark County Sheriff's Office detective in Brock's house talking on the phone with a man who was talking to Brock earlier. He identified himself as an officer and told the detective, "You're going to be in trouble. You..." If they don't go up there in fucking Canada and get these people, that's going to be amazing to me. I wonder, is they really in Canada, or was it like spoofed to a Canada number? Oh, man. When the detective identified herself as an actual police officer, the phone disconnected. So they was over there talking about, "Oh, we're going to get you. You're going to be in big trouble. Oh, when I get close to you, you better give me that money, or I'm really going to get you." This is what they did to convince him. And they just spent time. When the detective identified herself as an actual police officer, the phone disconnected. During a subsequent phone call with the man, the detective told him the Uber driver was in a serious accident, in the hospital and not doing well. The man told detectives he'd be there in 20 minutes. What? This is so confusing. This is the type of shit, when it don't make sense to me, I mind my business. I get the fuck out of there. Why do you stick around and figure out, is this a scam or is this real? No, it don't matter. I ain't in jail. I ain't had no accident. I'm good. Not to say fuck my family. But I'm telling you, it's so much shit going on right now, and your family know how to get in contact with you. And if they don't, you be all right. They be all right. They be all right. The man told the detectives he'd be there in 20 minutes. He was not. Brock was indicted on a Monday of charges of murder. Oh, I do not mean to celebrate. Bring it back in. I immediately felt bad. I stopped myself because that was a disgusting display. I am horrible. See how I can judge myself just like I judge other people. Right in that moment, I was about to celebrate and say some shit that would have been very rude and disrespectful. And nobody deserves what happened. You just can't fall victim to it and then try to blame the victim. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. He posted $200,000 bail and was released from the Clark County Jail on Wednesday. His attorney, Paul Kavanaugh, did not immediately return an email seeking comment on Friday. I'm not reading how common these scams are. A bond like no other. An obituary for Hall described her as the parent of a son and stepson, a devoted member of her church, and a talented cook known for delicious pound cakes. She retired from Ohio's Regional Income Tax Agency and also worked in behavioral health at a school and for Uber. Oh my goodness. She studied horticulture at Ohio State and started a janitorial business. At a memorial service that was streamed online, her son Mario Hall spoke of how close they were, even though they lived in different states, often speaking on the phone multiple times a day. He said they had a bond like no other. Thank you for all your sacrifices and all the things you have instilled in me. He said, you are the best mom that anyone could ask for, and I promise to continue to make you proud. But old raggedy ass 81-year-old, what the fuck was his name? I don't even know what the fuck his name was. He said they was starting them. But he said, your mama came over there and she was actually trying to rob him. She ain't no good person. No, 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 no. She was in cahoots with this motherfucker up in. I just don't understand the logic of it. If somebody was calling you over the phone and trying to scam you and threaten you, let's just say it was one of the Indian call centers. You can hear the accent and everything like that. You are more you are more easily transitioned into a state of rage. You will yell, you will cuss. Is you scaring me? If you don't get the fuck off my phone, don't call me the fuck again. You ain't getting shit out of me. You ain't getting shit. I don't know who the fuck you is. What is you talking about? Like that kind of stuff. Like that kind of stuff. I don't know if it was because the person didn't have an accent and they sounded as if they could have been around the corner. In my job, we recently got hacked. I don't know how deep up in everything they got, but I'm starting to believe they got a little deep in. I think it was either like January, the first couple weeks of January, something like that. I don't know what it was. I've been getting a lot of old people, and I mean old people, angry old people, angry and confused and old, calling me saying, I got a call from this number. And they said they was from Amazon. Now, I don't work for Amazon. It said the name of our company, and it had one of the 800 numbers for my company. I had one gentleman who was so upset. I realized he was calling from one of the other states that my company was in. I said to him, I need to get you over to the correct division. When we first started the conversation, I asked, could I get your name? I would need just your information so I can tell them who I'm transferring over to them. This man said to me, I don't even know who you are. I'm not giving you my name. I blindly transferred him over. I didn't wait. I didn't introduce myself to like my coworker. I just transferred him back into the queue, essentially. I don't have any information to really share, so I'll let him explain his story. And I understand it. Because he was smart. He was smart. It seemed like it was a scam. And what did he do? He hung up and he called back. Now, what he did was he called the same number right back. And because it was spoofed or whatever they did, I don't know how they did it, but he was able to get right back to us. He just made it to the wrong state. But he did the thing that they said to do on the news. And the thing is if the majority of the people don't get schemed and scammed, then that shows the ones that do. Now, granted, we all fall for it sometimes because they are new and innovative. But something that is so obvious, all I'm saying is he shouldn't be allowed. There's so many other examples of people who know how to do it at his age, and he was one of the ones that don't. That means he shouldn't be allowed. I'm not saying jail is the place for people who shouldn't be allowed to be in charge of their lives. But I think that a lot of people be in there because they shouldn't be. They be putting us in danger. All right, y'all. I'm going to try to include a couple of videos, if I'm not lazy, of the old people getting scammed on YouTube. But it's not the actual old people. It's the people who change their voice and they be actually scamming the scammers, if that make any sense. If not, I'm going to at least leave a couple links in the description just so y'all can check out some videos if you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this happens all the time. I see how aggressive they be. It be outrageous the way these scammers and schemers be talking to people. Honestly, they talk to them the way we talk to them when we be cussing them out to get them off our phone. So they learned it. All I'm saying is it's 2024. The new job for a lot of people is scamming because it's easier to take from others than to go out there and have to work hard for it. So if you are easily confused and you need a one-to-one, get your one-to-one. Get your one-to-one. And don't hurt nobody else. Get rid of your weapons. You just, at 81, it's survival of the fittest. I mean, you done lived your life. You done lived your life, so you don't need no weapons. Because if anything, not really. Okay, I don't mean that, y'all. I don't mean that, y'all. You know what I mean. All right, bye.